Okay, we're going to go over some pranayama or breathing techniques, whatever your intention is behind it. They can be either, again, just going off of that short audio of pranayama versus breathing. It's not that one's better than the other. It's not that one's more important than the other. It's just really depends on the individual, what they want to get out of it, and the potential of how much more you can make those breathing practices work for you. So that's all really of understanding the differences. Again, it's not that pranayama is better than. It's just that it can make that practice that much more impactful in your life, depending what you're needing. So I'm just going to go over a few breathing techniques. There are lots. Again, kind of like with postures, there really aren't any really hard and fast rules. Just like with the postures, what I always, I can't tell students enough, and I can't remind myself enough for my own personal practice, listen to the body. Don't worry about what the person next to you is doing. Don't worry about what the teacher is saying you need to be or have to be doing. Of course, if they talk about contraindications, listen to those. But, listen to your body. What is the body telling you? What does it need from you? Does it need you to not do rapid breathing? Does it need you to slow it down and ground it? Or does it need you to increase that energy and lift that energy? Does your body really not want you to do breath retention for various reasons? Doesn't mean you can't do a breathing practice that has it in it. You just wouldn't do that part of retaining. You would keep going with that breathing rhythm. You wouldn't do the pauses or holding. That's all. Okay, so I'm going to start with just, a basic calming, grounding, breathing practice that I teach most people. I've taught it in schools when I've gone into different schools to the children. It's a very calming, very safe practice for pretty much everyone to do. And it's really more about getting in touch with and becoming aware of the breath, the practice that I'm about to go over with you. It's coming back to that breath awareness is so crucial to helping ourselves. And you can do breathing practices standalone. You could put them in your personal practice, or if you're teaching at the beginning, in the middle, reminding people throughout the practice to breathe, come back to the breath, or you could close your practice with breathing practices. Again, there are no rules. Do what feels right for you, for your own personal practice, and as a teacher. And you'll find, just like with teaching the class, you'll find what works for you. And that may change over the years too. So you'll come into your own kind of flow of how you want to lay out a breathing practice or a breathing technique to students. Generally, I will do a breathing practice at the beginning just because you don't know what people have been doing throughout their day. Usually the mind is in a lot of different places. Their mind may still be wherever they were before they came to your class. So I'll usually start just kind of with that centering and breath awareness. But again, do what works for you. I won't take as much time in the breathing practices that I'm going to do right now as I would in class, obviously. Slowing it down when you're teaching it. Don't, sound rushed. You don't want them to feel rushed. You want them to just start to let all that other stuff melt away. So keep that in mind, Sorry, I have fur in my eye. That, if I'm teaching this, I would go a lot slower than what I'm going to show you in the video. Okay. So really it's finding that comfortable, generally seated position, but it doesn't have to be. The spine is long, so we're lifting up. We don't want this, we're hunched over enough. And hunching over is a very defensive, protective posture. So, and we're not really doing ourselves any value in pulling in that nutrient rich oxygen when we're hunched. So, reminding yourself and students, lifting up through that spine. Spine is long, and feel that energy floating up all the way through that cervical spine, back of the neck. We don't have to shove shoulders back. We don't have to shove shoulders down. Those two cues are overused, I think, personally as a teacher. Of course, if you see students like this, you can gently suggest, if you notice the shoulders are up, go ahead and gently release. More importantly, what I feel works to get people aware and to open that front of the body is get them used to coming into the shoulder blade area. Notice that area. Less of just automatic shove back. Really focus that awareness on the shoulder blades. And then feel the shoulder blades draw the shoulders back. Instead of shove, you want to feel, oh, the shoulder blades are gently pulling my shoulders back. That feels good. And coming to that awareness of the breath. We don't have to change it yet. We're just becoming aware of it. You could be here as long as you want, or maybe this is the breathing practice for the day. Just coming to that awareness. If you do want to teach another practice, deep belly breathing is a nice one that's really accessible to most people. So we are chest breathers, most of us. Sometimes it's nice to draw that breath beyond that chest, or you feel like it's going beyond the chest. And we get that sensation that we're bringing it down into the belly. And when we do that, the belly expands. We really feel like we're helping our lungs take in more oxygen when we do this. And then on the exhale, we would feel the belly draw in towards the spine so that we're really helping it again. We're assisting the lungs in expelling and really wringing out that carbon dioxide and getting rid of toxins that the body no longer has use for. So we don't have to hold the breath. We're just starting to increase lung capacity by doing this. On the inhale, draw that breath in through the nose. Feel that belly expand like a balloon. When you reach the top of that inhale, go ahead and start the exhale. Draw that belly in towards the spine. Again, helping our lungs expel. When you reach the bottom of that exhale, again, draw in through the nose. Exhale through the nose or mouth, whatever you're needing. Sometimes it's nice to have an audible. Again, draw in through the nose, belly expanding, and exhale. You could do as many rounds of that as you are wanting or as that you're wanting to teach.